It's Monday, June 3rd, and I'm in the Adirondack State Park in northern New York. Just yesterday I was down in Pennsylvania visiting family, so today I spent 6 hours on the highway just to get up here. I figure I'll spend a few nights here, do some exploring, and go on some adventures. But my first order of business is to figure out where I'm going to spend the night. And it's only 1 p.m., so I have plenty of time to do so. I found this great primitive camping area near a hiking trailhead, and this will do nicely for tonight. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry though. I want to make something to eat, but it's supposed to rain on and off for the next couple hours, so I think I'm just going to wait it out for a little bit, and maybe walk around and explore in the meantime. This is where people register before they go out on a hike, for safety reasons. So if they don't turn up, the rangers know where to look. Something you should always do before you head into the wilderness. New York. The first thing that usually comes to mind when you think of New York State is New York City. But so much of the state is covered by just this phenomenal wilderness. Well, I was going to prepare something on the stove tonight, but it's 43 degrees out, still raining, enthusiasm is low, so I'm just going to make a cold sandwich. This is lamb. Monday night, and I'm just in my camper catching up on some blogging. Yesterday, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, it was about 85 degrees and humid. And today it's close to 40 up in northern New York and raining. So it's a huge difference. I think I'm still adjusting. I'm going to get this done and call it a night. It's Tuesday morning, and I'm heading into town to get some gas and some coffee, and the clouds settling over the mountain with the Lake Placid ski jump in the foreground caught my eye. I just had to stop and get some video. I'm at the Mountaineer in Keene Valley, New York, just looking at gear, and this is a really awesome shop. I have bug protection on my mind. The bugs aren't out yet, but they're going to be a problem soon.
They are out.
They are out. They weren't out last night.
Yeah. 20-degree day.
Yeah.
For you.
This is a bug bucket by Outdoor Research. And I might just get this. And rain pants. Although I think I can stand to go down a size. My waist is in a weird place right now. What fits and what doesn't depends entirely on how recently I've had pizza. The Mountaineer was awesome. They had a lot of gear and I could have spent a small fortune in there. I did get the mosquito netting hat, but I didn't get the rain pants. They didn't have my size. Now I'm gonna see if I can get a hike in before the weather goes downhill. I got these new hiking shoes a couple weeks ago, putting them to the proper test today. They're Vasks. This is the hike to the summit of Cascade Mountain in the Adirondacks. It's only 2.5 miles from the parking area to the summit, except it's almost all up. So the elevation gain is pretty taxing. This is it, the summit of Cascade. It's beautiful up here, but the wind is brutal right now. I found a dead spot right up against these rocks where I can actually talk to the camera. But I'm gonna put the camera away, work my way back down the mountain to the Jeep. I love the Adirondacks. It's Wednesday morning and it's raining. It's supposed to rain all day today, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Do I want to stay in the Adirondacks and keep exploring here, or head somewhere else entirely? So I'm going to get dressed, pack up camp, and head into town to study my computer and look at my maps. See if I can figure out a game plan. In terms of outdoor adventure and scenery, New York's Adirondack Mountains are hands down one of my favorite places in the country. However, there are not a lot of degraded primitive roads to explore via four-wheel drive vehicle, nor are there places in the wilderness that I can just randomly pop the camper, so that makes it a little bit challenging for me to explore here. I've been researching on my computer all morning, and what I think I'm going to do is head east toward Bristol, Vermont. There I'll have access to Green Mountain National Forest and also a lot of Class 4 primitive roadways, which are often ripe for four-wheel drive exploration. So I'm going to make tracks and hopefully get there by early afternoon, find a place to settle in, and get to know my way around. I was on my way out of Keene Valley when I got distracted by a waterfall, which is pretty common. Might as well be a shiny object by the side of the road. I'm at Crown Point, a historic British fort that I encountered on Lake Champlain just before crossing into Vermont. Interesting bit of history. This was erected to secure the region against the French in 1760. I wikied that. Alright, I'm done at Crown Point and I'm onward into Vermont. I just met two viewers in the parking lot, totally by coincidence, Jim and Chili Frank. You guys, if you're watching, Great to meet you and safe travels. Just found fast internet in Bristol, Vermont. We are good to go for Friday. Exploring downtown Bristol, Vermont. Since I already found fast internet access, just getting to know the town, and I'm about to head into the mountains, find a place to spend the night. Bristol Falls, just outside of town. That looked like a lot of fun. This is my campsite for tonight in Green Mountain National Forest. It's really nothing more than the parking area for the beautiful ground tent sites that are down by the water, but this is still very nice. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. came down wrong on my ankle yesterday when I was running around with the camera, and it wasn't anything dramatic. I was just coming down off a rock and I misplaced my weight. So I'm 100% sure that I pulled something, and it'll be better in a few days, but I woke up this morning and my ankle was extremely stiff. It felt really good to soak it down in the stream. Alright, you might be wondering, what are Vermont Class 4 roads? And these are actual county roads, public thoroughfares, that might have historically been used by farmers to get from one place to another. They often pass between property boundaries, and they're often very beautiful and very demanding, requiring four-wheel drive. So Vermont has downloadable maps on their VTrans website. And you can actually download these PDFs and see a layout of all the roads and see what their designations are. It makes them very easy to find and very easy to discover new places. Found a secret pond at the end of a very lightly traveled forest road, but the mosquitoes are out of hand. I should have worn my new bug bucket. Turned out to be a beautiful day, and this road is amazing. According to my map, this Class 4 road empties out into a forest road in about a mile. It's degraded quite a bit since I started, so hopefully it goes through with no issues. After I encountered that gate today, I returned to the blacktop, and then in Granville, Vermont, by pure coincidence, I ran into my friends Rin and Kristen from OK Four Wheel Drive. Rin's here in his green Jeep, and Matt and Tom in their white Tacomas. So we connected, and I'm sharing a campsite with them tonight. The mosquitoes, though, are really bad. I'm going to get my bug bucket.
Even if it's after, I was gonna say if he's leaving like next week.
Water maybe? It's fine. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
But the eastern one is wicked.
but I would imagine it sources water from.
Oh yeah, something. Or it goes into nowhere at some point.
It's Thursday night, and I'm exhausted, so I'm going to call that a wrap for this week. But next week, I know what direction I want to go, but I don't know specifically where I'm going to end up, so I have a lot of figuring out to do. In the meantime, thank you all for following along, and I'll see you next week.